Welcome to Hallie's Creations, where Hallie makes fun, easy tutorials and invites you to follow along. Today's video, St. Patrick's Wreath making made easy. If you're enjoying Hallie's Creations, say thank you by subscribing and setting your notify. That way you won't miss out on new tutorials and live shares. Now here's Hallie.
Welcome to Hallie's Creations. We are going to jump right into this project. One that was super easy peasy to do, so you should have fun doing this one. So here what I'm showing you, hello! Here what I'm showing you is the items that I picked up at the Dollar Tree for $1.25. And I picked these up actually last year when they were blowing them out, so I probably paid half of that. And then the wreath down there, the form, Dollar Tree. And I wanted to go with the larger wreath for the front door this time, so there's a little bit more materials used, but that's okay. I wanted to also share with you here, I'm doing the voice overlay versus me being in a little pop-up window there, just to give you a little bit more visual as we're creating this wreath. So here what we're doing is we're going to, of course, take off the tags. I left the tags on there just for you could see where I picked them up from. So as you take off the extra items that you don't need, clean that all up, and then we're going to jump into making the wreath itself. So just find any type of accent that you like. It doesn't have to be necessarily this one, but you see some cute things out there, especially after the holidays. Pick them up for next year for when you're making them. And then I'm using here also the zip ties, and I'm using the ones that I pick up from the Dollar Tree. Again, $1.25. And when you're doing the zip ties, you can buy the different lengths and the different colors. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, that little reminder there. If you like what you're seeing and you want to see more, do that. It helps the girl grow her channel, as well as you won't miss out on future shares. So here what I'm doing is I'm cutting the ribbon, pre-cutting it before I actually put it onto the wreath form. And the reason I'm doing that, full disclosure, is I put this together mainly in my living room while I sat and watched a movie. So you can totally do that. What I did is I took a pillowcase, I laid it on my lap, and then I had these all pre-cut with the zip ties, and I just sat there while I was watching my program and put it together for you. But I am showing you key components of what to do for, you know what to do going forward. So here what I did is I took the wider ribbon, which is about 2 inches wide, and I looped it to give it like the bunny ear effect, like a bow effect, and then I just straight strips, and now I'm just attaching them, and I speeded this up just a little bit just to get through the process. Yeah, but anyway, and you just zip tie them on there. And again, like I was sharing, you can buy the zip ties in different colors, different sizes. So I would say get a variety. That way when you're making different projects, you have the tools you need. I just leave the zip ties long until I'm done, and I'm going all the way around the wreath form, as I showed you with my finger, around and around. And what I did is in each section, I did the bow part where it looks like a bow, but I just did there and showed you with the 2 strips of ribbon. And I did one in each section. And then I went through again. Here I'm showing you how to do your, cover up your zip ties with some cute little embellishments. That's a little shamrock. Then what you can do is just cut the strips singly. You don't do the loop. You're just doing that loop one time in each section to give it like that bow effect. And then just keep it straight. So here I'm showing you how to do that. And on this one here, kind of squirrel, sorry about that. We're making the bow. So I jumped forward to show you how to make the bow. And this bow is going to go on later. So we're doing 2 loops. And remember, don't zigzag it. You want to loop it if you only have on one side of your ribbon. Sometimes at one side's this plain and the other side has the bling bling. Full, this lets you know too, see how this is so sparkly, which I thought would be fun for St. Patrick's Day. But that glittery does get all over everything. So if you're going to sit down and do this while you're watching TV or whatever in your lap, make sure you have some type of something there to catch all that glitter. You have a mess. So here we're doing the bow, and what I did for the bow is I did 2 loops on the wider fabric, then on the skinnier fabric, the ribbon, I did 2 loops. And then you'll see here for the polka dot, the centerpiece, I did a couple just straight. I didn't loop it. If you're looking for fun, unique, different ways of making bows, check out my playlist. I have different bows on there. And you can get real fancy, and you can keep it real simple. So there's all kinds of different ways to make bows. But this one here, I chose to just do the 2 loops, and then the single center there, because that's going to fluff out and pop and be really full. Part of the reason is because that green ribbon has the wire edges on it, so that makes it stand out more. So just remember to do that. So it's 2 loop, 2 loop, 2 straight cuts. Zip tie it, and I zip tied it before I put it on the wreath form. The reason I did that is for it would be a nice tight snug, and then I zip tied it to the wreath form, which you will see. But when you do it, before you commit and you pull that zip tie, make sure you have it centered. That's a little trick. Okie dokie. So that's what we're doing there, and then I'm going to show you putting it on and creating the wreath form some more. One of the keys as well as when you're doing these bows is to twist and fluff and be aggressive. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. So get in there and twist and fluff and twist and fluff. And now I'm going to set that to the side here, and then I'm going to jump on to putting the wreath together. Ta-da! There you go. Hey, bow. I have messy hair, don't care. I'm at my studio, I'm being silly and crazy. I'm not putting the bow on until I'm ready to commit. First I'm going to put the form together, then put the bow on. So here you see where, remember I said I did that in the living room. So you'll see where I have those on there now. And now we're going to show you the technique for and we're going to go from there. Also a reminder, don't trim, don't get scissor crazy. Don't trim up your wreath or your ribbons until you're done. You can't put it back on once you take it off. So get it done, walk away. Remember, walk away, get a cup of coffee, whatever, go check on the kids. Come back and then trim it up, because you'll get a fresh perspective on how it looks. So get it all fluffed out, get it all the way you want it, and then come back and trim it up. Remember too that if you are enjoying the videos, don't forget to subscribe and set your notify. That helps for you to get the notifications when new materials are pushed out. I try to post on a fairly regular basis now. I have over 500 videos and shorts, so there's plenty there to kind of dig through and see new projects and different things to make. If you're looking and you're creative and you're not just into wreaths, but you like to paint, or you want to learn how to make jewelry, or you want to learn how to do some DIY projects, the list goes on and on and on. So you may want to just go down and look at my playlist. I have several playlists, and on those playlists, they're going to show you different tutorials. And the way I do my tutorials is kind of like here. I'm showing you how to do it. Some I sit and I talk with you, yes, and then some I do the voiceover. So it just depends on what mood I'm in and also the creative process. On this one, again, like I shared, I thought about doing the little insert where you could see me talk, but then it was taken away from you actually seeing how to do the project, and I wanted you to have that. So this one here, I'm just kind of keeping it low key and walking you through it. So again, check out the playlist, subscribe if you like what you're seeing, and that way, if you set your notify, then when new things do come up, because I do set them as premieres a lot of time, then you'll get the notification that something new is coming out. So here I'm showing you, getting back to the wreath, I'm showing you now how we're going to put the bow on. So see how I had more of the ribbon on there? So I had more of a visual where I really wanted to place that. And I wanted it different. Like I'm showing you here. Use these type of clippers for your zip ties. If you use your scissors, you're going to tear your scissors up. You can pick those up at Home Depot, Hobby Lobby even has them too probably, and Michael's and such, but any hardware store is going to have them for a really fair price. Amazon has them online. So get yourself a pair of clippers. They're also really good for when you're doing florals and things like that as well. So we're just going to zip tie the ribbon onto the back here, and we're going to work on filling out this wreath form a little bit more. You'll notice too when I was cutting the fabric earlier on that I did it on a cutting board for you can see the length of it. Don't get so caught up in everything being precise. It doesn't have to be exactly 6 inches or 12 inches. Do the length you like, get a visual on it, and then go from there. But I did do it where you could see the ruler, for you could see the length of it. So I think it's 6 and 10 on the length, and then about, I think, 16 on the loop one. But you can kind of get a feel for it, and then you can even use one ribbon to cut the rest of them as a measuring. That gives you enough to twist and fluff and pop. This, I believe, is a 16-inch wreath form. It may be a 22 because I did want to go with the larger wreath form for my front door. I have a really tall front door now, so I like the bigger wreaths to go on there. Plus I also like it big enough to where when you're looking through the peephole you can still see. You don't have the wreath blocking that peephole. So now I'm just playing with how I want to put the little embellishments on, and then we're going to glue them on. Now here's the thing too, if you live in a hot area like I do, use a good glue, otherwise it's going to melt. The best that I found for outside is Gorilla Glue. Now for March, it's not really that hot out here, so I'm just using my regular glue in my glue gun. But if you're doing something for the summertime where you're going to have the heat out there, expect that to happen. You may want to get yourself a nice little staple gun and just staple it and then put an embellishment over the head of that, because it will melt. I'm melting. It will melt and you'll go out there, it'll be on the ground. Also, we're going to show you how to put the ribbon on here for when you do hang it on your hook out on your front door. If it gets windy or anything, you may want to tie it as well as hook it. That way it doesn't become your neighbor's wreath. It'll stay on your door. So that's another thing that we're going to do here. So we're just going to fluff this out, get a visual here, how we want to put a few more of these on. Another thing you can do when you're putting the ribbon on, if you want to, on the wider one, if you want to do like a little snippet on each side for that in the middle, that'll help it twist and pop. But you don't have to. If you just crinkle it and zip tie it, it will snug it in there really nice and tight. And remember, don't go all the way. Don't go all the way, otherwise you'll cut it in half. So just a little snip, snip. There you go. Ta-da! So now what we're going to do is put the embellishments on here. I think I'm going to fluff it out a little bit more too. My little hands knocking off the glitter. So I hope you can see this and that you're able to pick up the technique of what I'm doing. It's super easy. Most of the tutorials that I do, it's not that I'm super spectacular at what I do, it's just that I love to teach and make it easy for you to be able to follow along and be creative and do this yourself. Anybody can do this. Seriously, even if you say, I have not a creative gene in my body, you could still make this. It's just super easy to do. The biggest thing, again, is to get out of your head, enjoy the process, and have fun with it. And here's a real key, super, super important. I share this when I'm doing my art lessons, when I'm teaching painting. Don't ask others' opinions. You do you. Have fun doing what you enjoy. Look at it. If it looks good to you, then yay. Good. Art is art. So just get out of your head. Yes, anybody can do this. And it's really easy. Super easy. So what you're going to need as far as supplies on here, let's just recap it real quick before we wrap things up, is the ribbon. I have 3 different ribbons here. I picked up my ribbon from actually Sam's Club and Michael's. And you can also get ribbon at the Dollar Tree. When you get ribbon at the Dollar Tree, though, there's small rolls, so you're going to have to get more than 1 roll. Sam's Club, they usually, or Costco, after the holidays, they blow it out. The same with Michael's. Remember, if you watched other videos of mine and the little shorts and things like that, I go through and I tell you after the holidays, I give you a little shout out when they're 75 to 90% off. That's the best time to buy it, because here's the thing. Christmas green, Christmas red, Christmas white, and Christmas blue. You can use all those colors throughout the year. So you buy them after the holidays when they're 75 to 90% off, and you're set for the year. Ta-da! That's my little tidbit for you. So now we're just going to continue to fluff this out, and yeah. You'll notice here now, remember earlier I shared how you put your little embellishments over the little areas of, like if you have a zip tie showing and you don't want that to show, pop a little cute little shamrock or something on it. You can use this technique for your spring bouquets, your summer bouquets, your 4th of July bouquets. If you're looking for like a mesh type wreath or a fabric wreath or one made with twigs and things of that nature, hey, check out my playlist, because I have a playlist for wreaths, and it will also be attached to the end of this where you can just click on it, check out the playlist, pick the wreath you like or the technique, and then make it your own. Okay, here comes the fun part. The one I told you to hang on to. Now you can trim it up. It's done. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to trim up my ribbons. And what I've realized as I've done this is I really didn't want to trim up too many of my other pieces because they were perfect. Once I twist and fluffed them, they were perfect. So I didn't need to trim up the wreath. I just trimmed up the final bow. So I just want to tell you that I truly appreciate you dropping in and sharing your time with me. And know that I know that there's all kinds of creators out there that you could spend time with and follow and learn things from. And you chose to spend time with me. And I think that's very precious. And I do appreciate that. So until next time, I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to post next time. It's in editing now, a necklace that has the bracelet to it. And it's the toggle. And it's the natural stone with the freshwater beads. Kind of fun, beachy vibe. So make sure you're looking for that. That will be the next share that I do. And until next time, may the Lord bless you and keep you. Thank you for hanging out with me. Have a good day and a better tomorrow. And peace out. Don't forget to hit that next video that's on the end here if you want to check out the playlist and such for the wreaths. I'll put that on the very end here. So be looking for that necklace bracelet and have a good one. Bye.